The death of NASCAR legend Kyle Busch sent shockwaves across the racing world and the country. Many are left wondering, how could a young, healthy professional athlete die so unexpectedly? His doctors blame sepsis developed by pneumonia. DC News Now's evening anchor Chris Flanagan spoke with a doctor at the University of Maryland School of Medicine on why the infection is often a race against time. Their conversation is what's going around.
It has an infection, and now their immune system, which is fighting the infection, essentially starts fighting the body and causing dysfunction of major organs. So it basically is a time when somebody has an infection and evidence of organ dysfunction, and we call that sepsis.
Why do some people get sepsis if they have an infection and others don't? What causes it?
It's a great question. The people that are more at risk are people who don't have a normal immune system for one reason or another. Sometimes we just don't know. But it happens. It can happen very quickly. People can go from being a little sick to extremely sick, even in just a matter of hours. So that's the problem. People need to pick up on it quickly, and that's the best way to get through it, and we can help them survive.
And what are some of the warning signs if a loved one has somebody at home who's sick and they think might be sepsis? What should they be looking for?
Certainly the usual things of infections like a fever, although sometimes people are actually colder than normal. But changes in mentation, not being quite themselves, is definitely a bad sign that something more is going on. At home, you might not be able to tell if the patient's blood pressure is low, but they're probably weak. They don't feel like doing anything. They may be coughing more, have some other symptoms related to the actual infection in the beginning, have trouble breathing. So if they're breathing fast, if the heart rate seems fast, they may look a little pale, cool. Any of those things are basically signs something's more than just a regular infection.
Dr. Tischerman, recently the NASCAR driver Kyle Busch died. He had pneumonia that turned into sepsis. How much will that raise awareness when people hear a young, healthy 41-year-old race car driver who's presumably in pretty good health dies of sepsis? How much will that raise awareness?
Well, I hope that it does, because most people, if you walk up to them and talk about sepsis, they're not going to have any idea what you're talking about. So now it's in the news. And I think a message that's really important is even a young, healthy guy can get septic and die from it. So that's all the more reason to, if you think you've got an infection and it seems like it's worse than a typical infection, at a minimum, talk to your doctor or come to an emergency department to get checked out, because things can progress very quickly.
What a conversation. And to see more of Chris's interview with Dr. Tischerman, including the warning signs of sepsis, tune in at 8 p.m. on Roku or your favorite